Hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream from, welcome back to another Adventure Map live stream. I almost did Science-Craft. I got too many series going, too many intros. Anyway, you might notice that we have a split screen this live stream. That is for the purposes of a time-lapse video that I'm hoping to get out once this live stream is over. So, starting now, I am recording. Although I should have the audio cut down for the video time-lapse. For the time-lapse video I'm going to post later, this will be... Let me see if I can get in front of the camera. It's an invisible account, so I'm going by too high. For the purpose of this time-lapse... For the purpose of the time-lapse video, I will have voiceover for that video separately from what I say here. So, we don't have to worry about that. That'll be just something different where I explain the map. Anyway, now, let's get building. So, something that's been long overdue is working on the forest around here. Look at both cameras, yay! But yeah. The forest here has needed some, well, work. So, I believe it is going to be time to start doing some terraforming and finishing touches to this forest. Since this is the first area of the map, and honestly, aside from the dungeon itself and this whole area is kind of a tutorial area, there's not going to be much more to it, apart from making it look like a forest. So, this is already ready to finish building and then put the finishing touches on. There isn't any, extra changes I might make, honestly. Aside from, side quest stuff, but I'm not even close to that point, and that's gonna be more working off the world than planning around the world type stuff. Oh, whoops, I should probably get my camera account in a fairly good spot so I can get all this. Also, someone's in the chat. Say hi. Or not. It's up to you. I have a feeling I know who it is, though. It's the first person to all my streams. Anyway, to start the conversation off for this stream, I guess, I just got back from watching some of the Versus live stream on Twitch, and that kind of brings up a good point I thought of my live stream channel. Why don't I record on Twitch? And the reason is not so simple. I could record on Twitch, but there's a couple of reasons for that. One, I won't be able to watch the full live stream on YouTube, which, while I could record it like I'm doing now, that's a little more complicated. And two, hi Tyler, feel free to join the world. It's open and online. I'll send an invite in a minute, just tell me when. But yeah, and two, Twitch is mainly about, helping channels grow via money. This is a hobby. I don't want any money. So, Twitch wouldn't be my thing. Oh, you won't be able to help? Let me guess, the weather? Oh yeah, I should mention this too. Normally my live streams are at 8 o'clock. I changed this one to 9 o'clock because the weather kind of exploded around here. I wanted to see what it would do, but it seems to have calmed down enough for a kind of okay live stream. Hey Tyler, you know Versus is streaming live on Twitch, right? They've been doing it since about 5 o'clock, and they've got far. Much farther than I thought anyone could ever get. They're streaming Versus Mario Galaxy. They even have multi-Twitch going, which is... I didn't even know that existed. So... But yeah, if you're wondering where the whole... what was I thinking of? The whole talk about Twitch and live streaming just then, yeah. Yeah, I only started my own live stream for two reasons. One, the weather died down enough for me to start one, and two, they took a break in their own live stream. So, I thought, hey, I might as well do mine real quick. Yeah, if I actually had a capture card and a means to record, or live stream on other games, I might have actually attempted to race alongside them. However, I don't have a capture card yet. Oh, and if you're wondering what the split screen is about, Tyler, that is a camera account. This will be made into a time-lapse video later. I wonder if I can get anyone else on if Levin or Levin or G is on. I am the only one online. Well, okay. Yeah, I guess I did start much later than normal. Tyler, have you been using the multi-Twitch thing on their live stream, or did you just watch it straight up, like I did? I tried multi-Twitch at first, and it worked a little bit, but the videos were just too out of sync, and even when one of their audio turned down, the other, it just didn't match up well. Like, they'd be talking about one thing, like commenting on the other person's gameplay. Oh yeah, SimCity. I played that was one of the first computer games I bought right before I got Minecraft on computer. And it was okay. And then I got Minecraft, so, dirt. Yeah, I've actually been watching a lot more Twitch live streams lately. That wasn't really my thing, but I've been getting into it. Yeah, I've been flipping between both of them. Like I said, I tried doing multi-Twitch at first and watching both at the same time. However, they just were too out of sync. You know, they'd be commenting on the other's video, and it's like, they're not there yet. What? So I just decided to watch one of them, and I eventually settled on whichever one was the one ahead of the other video. Not like in terms of like the game, but like whichever one was most up to date. And I think that was Attack on Toucans. Yeah, I've been watching it on my PS4. Yeah, I would still be watching it on my computer and just be live streaming this while watching that. However, my internet probably wouldn't be able to take that. And on top of that, I forgot what I was gonna say. I love Joe. Joe? You mean coffee? I'm assuming you mean oh, Joe. Josh! I love coffee, Joe! I don't know. I might have had a little bit too much sweet tea before this recording. Don't ask. Yeah, like I said, I hadn't really watched either of their streams. The first live stream on Twitch I can say I ever watched was actually the other day. And that was Attack on Toucan's Minecraft live stream, where he did like a 100-person build. And I thought that was pretty cool. So I kind of just been browsing live streams ever since on Twitch. I kind of see why people prefer that to live stream. However, it's also kind of for the monetized thing, and again, I'm able to become monetized, but I don't really want to, and I need to adjust my camera account. Simple as that. Just gotta turn the character. And you can't see the camera count, he's invisible. It's basically a second controller that I have logged in on my old account. You know, my original RSKING OS account. The one from G's original server. No, actually, technically I have a Twitch account, but I have never live streamed on Twitch. However, my Twitch account is just RSKOS. You know, I can comment, but I don't live stream myself on Twitch. I might consider it one of these days, once I figure out how to use it. But, as of right now, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Although, now that I know I can record mid-live stream, I might try it. Like, the thought is becoming very appealing. The only thing is, if I did that, then I would have to make a video beforehand each time on YouTube to show that, hey, I'm live streaming on Twitch this time, you know? So I don't get people confused. Yeah, I'm starting to get on Twitch more. The only downside is, it's not in with you, which is where I do almost all my multimedia viewing, you know? Such as YouTube, and not Twitch, because guess what doesn't have Twitch? I would do it on my iPad, except it doesn't support Twitch either, so what can you do? Kinda wish I had Livestream online right about now. He's good at custom trees, and I have a big one I have a request for here. Because, quite frankly, I'm not so good at custom trees. At all. Oh, let me... I'm looking for the in-game online IDs. That way you just see the character. What do I have in my... Oh. I thought I had like a diamond helmet on. Whoops. Hey Tyler, by any chance, are you watching my stream and theirs, or is the internet not strong enough? By theirs, I mean versus. I like the idea. Okay. I like the idea that whole versus on Twitch. And in theory, it's a good concept. However, like I said, multi-Twitch, they started their videos like a couple of seconds or so out of sync, and it's just a couple of seconds too many, because it really shows. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy it better once they re-upload it on YouTube. Whoops. Slip of the button, or button finger. Here, let me make sure I didn't just stop recording. Okay, good. So, how you been, Tyler? Just recently, we finally got that pool I've been talking about lately fully ready to go. You know, we've been finished cleaning it for about a week or two now, but the thing is, the water has started to turn green for a little bit because unfortunately, our filter from last year broke, so we had to get a new one, and while we were waiting on the new one, the water was beginning to change colors, and not in a good way. We finally got the filter, and the water has finally turned back to a nice crystal clear color rather than that weird green it was getting. But even better, we also have a new pool skimmer for the top of the water, so we don't have to use like a net to dip it out as often. And this new one works wonders. It really works. Ignore the random noise from my mic just then. I just had the same realization, hey, is my mic even at my mouth, or is it at the top of my forehead where I have it in rest usually? Whoops, probably should have checked that before I start feeling around for it. But oddly enough, while I was watching their Twitch versus, I started playing Super Mario Galaxy 2 in my Wii U. Just because. And Tyler's gone. Okay, that was random. And go from this angle. By the way, just saying, is it a bad thing that before I've even finished this map, I've already started thinking up a sequel to it? Is that a bad thing? I think it might be. It might be that I'm a little too eager to do this. So then I was thinking earlier that since I'm going into a game design career, This might make a good, like, good template to work off of if I ever had to do, like, a video game project in college. Or, better yet, just as an idea for a video game after college. You know, it's just a random thought that crossed my mind. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is raining outside. I mentioned earlier that a storm had, kinda exploded. If you don't know, if you're watching this from, like, elsewhere around the world, I live in Arkansas, and while that's not exactly at the Gulf of Mexico, there's only one state in between it and the Gulf, and we just kind of had that tropical, like, whatever it was, tropical storm, I guess I'm just going to call it, blow through. It wasn't exactly a hurricane, it was just a something. Big rainstorm, derp. Anyway, we had that blow through recently, and it did, like, cut straight across us, and I think it's past us now, but we've been having, like, storm after storm after storm after storm because of it. The eye, I think, passed over us. Because it was still it still has a hurricane swirl to it. That passed over us, and now we're catching all the fallout of it. Thankfully, no tornadoes or anything like, I believe they had down in Mississippi. But we are getting, like, bad hail and bad wind, and, of course, lots and lots of water. So, yeah. If you're wondering why there's been a lack of videos just recently, that's why. It's because I haven't really had a good time, because my internet keeps cutting in and out. It is a wonder I was able to live stream today because of how much the internet has been cutting out due to storms. Like, I meant to do a live stream from the Cyan Craft yesterday and upload a video. That didn't happen because of it. Oh, were they anywhere in that whole tornado area, Tyler? Yeah, because I heard they had a lot of bad ones. I kind of wonder why these tornadoes are always happen so close to the water. I always think tornado in, like, Oklahoma, you know, somewhere fairly isolated away from the water. Yeah, mine didn't go out today, but it's been going out lately whenever there's been even the slightest rainstorm. Like, I know it went out last night right before I went to bed, so that's the reason why I went to bed. I stay up late normally, and only the internet getting knocked out would send me to sleep. Yeah, like I said, I meant the live stream from Minecraft yesterday. I'll probably do that tomorrow, to be honest. But it didn't happen yesterday because internet problems. I'm also going to upload another Minecraft episode tomorrow. And I'm working on another Final Fantasy one. I did a little bit of off-screen grinding today so I can get some new spells and stuff on Lulu in that game. And in the process got a bunch of new, like, attacks for other characters as well. The boss that is coming up, I'm not even going to play around with it. It scares me. It really, really scares me. And considering I've never played it, it might be fear over nothing, but I know Final Fantasy games. They have a habit. Once they, let's say, hit a huge story point and throw a boss in your face because of it, those bosses tend to be just about near impossible first or second time. Which, normally I wouldn't be so bad, except I do YouTube. I kinda need to get it right the first time if possible, otherwise we have the failed recording like I just had with that other boss. Which, by the way, that wasn't the same battle that was shown in that clip that ended up failing, that was another clip. Also, I'm not going into the whole Minecraft video why I had no sound. I went into that enough in a normal video that I posted, or am going to post tomorrow. So you'll hear me rant about that then. I've done enough ranting about that, even if y'all haven't heard it. I'm not spoiling what happens in Final Fantasy X yet, Tyler. Just don't watch any videos of what comes next, Tyler. Just don't spoil yourself. Although it's really not that big of a spoiler, because I'm sure everyone has seen it coming. but I'm talking from a boss gameplay standpoint. Like just without dropping too much information, we're about to be in a bit of a boss rush that I don't know if it was like meant to be that way because of a lack of enemies recently or what, but there's about to be a lot of bosses shoved into our face with very little grinding time in between. Anyway, this area is now done. Now I need to figure out what comes next. I need to start working on paths. Camera count? Come with me. I have 2 controllers here and I'm ready to use them. Okay, so let's see. What do we want to do with this path? It's okay. Wait. If you stopped watching this, then who's been watching it? I do like that series, though. That is probably one of my favorite series, and the thing is, the story, if you're interested, Tyler, is about to get really good. So, if it's the story you want, don't worry, it's about to ramp up, like hardcore. As far as gameplay, whoever watches that in an RPG, let's be honest. Anyway, I'm going to position my camera account right up here, and head on down here to work on the path near the entrance. Now, I want to avoid this diamond block, because this diamond block is where a massive tree will be. Tree? Yeah. Okay, yeah, there is a playlist on my channel for Final Fantasy X. However, be warned, Final Fantasy 15 somehow got mixed in with that. Don't ask. YouTube only checked for Final Fantasy. It did not check for the number. I don't know why, but it didn't. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to be working with Levenstar, I think, to build a giant tree around this area. So I need to build a path that will skirt close to the tree and, of course, its giant roots, while still avoiding it. Think Deku Tree from Ocarina of Time scale, you know? Giant roots, or Breath of the Wild, if that suits your fancy. Although I think the Ocarina of Time tree was actually bigger. I mean, Tyler, which tree did you think was bigger? Ocarina of Time or Breath of the Wild? And it's not really important to the stream, I think I'm gonna actually wind the path around the tree, maybe even go under some, ooh, Ida. Hold on, actually, before we go further with this, let's mark out the edge of the tree with some, where the freak is oak? Jungle oak. Yeah, that's what I thought too. This is just a rough, outline for the tree. I'm kind of relying more on my camera account looking at this than anything else. It's a bit of a potato-shaped tree, but it will work. It will do the job. And since it comes skirts so close over here, let's just run this over. Also, it sounds like the storm's getting a little bit more. It sounds like it's starting to rain and get a little windier here. So, just so I know, the stream might get cut short due to weather. That would not be my intention, but if the internet goes out, there's nothing I can do. Then I kind of want to see if they still stream. I didn't know Versus were gonna cut their stream apart. It sounds like they might change their mind on that, but what was I gonna say? But it would be cool to see them do a straight stream to the end of the game, because they got almost halfway through it before they decided to stop. And it's in Galaxy 2. It's easier. For the most part. Actually, that's a good comment question. What game do you think is harder, Super Mario Galaxy 1 or Super Mario Galaxy 2? I personally think 2 is harder. Now, don't count, like, length of the game. Like, don't count, like, the green stars and all that. Like, in just general levels, which do you think is harder? And no, Grandmaster Galaxy does not count. Don't include that. Or the perfect run. What? You've never played Super Mario Galaxy 2? What? Oh my gosh, Tyler. You've been so sheltered from society. You need to play 2. It is... While 2 is harder, I think it's a better game. I honestly do. Well, not necessarily better. It's on par with the first game. Let's say that. I'm not gonna go so far as to say it's better. Yeah, there's some things it did better and then some it did worse. One was checkpoints. Like, visible checkpoints. Something that did worse, though, was not the lack of freedom in the overworld. Why the, you know, like, the level selection. Because while that looks cooler, it wasn't necessarily the best choice to make, for considering the first game had so much freedom and what you could... Actually, I guess it was a little more restrictive, considering you had to have a certain number of stars. You've seen Super Mario Galaxy 2, right? Yeah, you've seen the entire game. I figured. I bet the game I feel like Chugga might Let's Play this year, because he mentioned this year he wanted to make videos on games that he wanted to change people's minds on. And a lot of people consider Super Mario Galaxy to just be a cheap, like, way to make money off the first game. So I'm kind of feeling that might be one he might Let's Play. Let's Play. And it's also a game I would consider Let's Playing if a game capture card. I want to look into getting a capture card now, I honestly do. Especially now that the certain Xenoblade Chronicles 2 game has been announced with more trailer. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 hype! That's a game I'm sure Chugga's gonna play. Let's be honest. I'm gonna turn my sensitivity up. Too much. This would be so much easier if I just had a mouse right about now. I might have made that skirt a little too close to the tree. I don't know. We might could just have like two tree roots going over. In fact, now that I think about it, I don't know what his next Let's Play will be, honestly. He hasn't dropped any hints this time like he normally does. Like, I knew he'd be doing a Splatoon Let's Play. He dropped enough hints at that. He hasn't dropped any hints this time, at least not ones that I know of. So he might be doing a game that I'm not familiar with. After all, I wasn't familiar with Xenoblade Chronicles before I saw his Let's Play, but then again, I wasn't familiar with him before I saw that Let's Play, so... yeah. I know my next Let's Play is going to be once I'm through Final Fantasy X. Well, kind of. I'll either move on immediately to the sequel of Final Fantasy X-2, or I might do another game entirely. Like, out of the Final Fantasy series. If I can find a game that would be good enough. Like, there's a bunch of games on PlayStation that I would love to do, but they all have copyright stuff, such as Ratchet & Clank, Tomb Raider. I don't know what it is with Sony, but they love their copyrights. I'm not, like, a monetized channel, and I have, at the moment, no intention to become monetized, so it gets a little bit annoying when I keep running across copyright stuff. It's like, dude, It's cool. Like, so far, I have actually been copyrighted for a couple of random things, but because I'm not monetized, it's all cool, but I don't want to take any chances, you know? Like, I've never had a video removed or, like, muted or anything, and I don't want to have that happen. Anyway, back to this tree route. I was thinking maybe... Out of curiosity, Tyler, you ever played Sonic and the Black Knight? There's a level in that game that takes you through a forest with a giant tree, and in part of it you run underneath these tree roots. Kinda like this. And I think that'd be a cool idea here for this path. By the way, that game is actually a very underrated game in my opinion. I had a blast with it as a child. I found it quite fun. It may be a little gimmicky, and this was like 6-year-old me. But I thought it was pretty good. Again, though, probably just me. Getting a little tired of this whole spam clicking thing. Yeah, let's take a look at the map. See if this is showing up. It should be. Surprisingly not. Oh, but what I finished did. Yes. Anyway, also, we're not going to be finishing this forest today, because one, it would require this entire cliff to be done, and I'm going to need at least 3 people to do that. Care to help next stream, Tyler? Anyway, but I'm also going to need this over here to get done, which I could do this bit on my own, but it would go faster with the second person. And of course, I'm going to make like a smaller mountain here, nothing like that. In fact, not even up to like a snowy level, honestly, more like a giant hill. But there's this giant open area that I really don't have a use for. Except for maybe like a small mini dungeon with caves that, you know, like it's an optional. I don't know. Ideas. I should get back over here for the time lapse. And now this path actually could meet. No, this path is heading straight over here. And I'm gonna have to want another path through to there, I think. By the way, Tyler, E3 opinion. What do you think about Super Mario Odyssey? I am excited for it. The only downside is, I'm gonna be in college when that game comes out. I'm not gonna have time to invest the hours I did in Super Mario Galaxy for that game. Oh, the sadness. This is going to be an interesting forest area. I want it to have a twofold feeling. First, I want it to kind of feel like it's just a nice, tranquil forest, you know? Mainly in the lower area. That lower area, I want it to feel like a nice, tranquil forest. You know, like nothing could ever go wrong. And then up here, I want it to feel, not look, but feel more like the opening area from Xenoblade Chronicles, Colony 9. You know, where it feels like you're about to set out on this massive adventure. I think that would be cool. Yeah, this is the word that I want like, the world of this adventure map, I want people to get immersed in it if I can make that happen. Hence why I'm gonna have, like, over 1 million side quests. Not really over 1 million, but I probably at least want to try to push 100. Don't know if that's gonna happen. That's the dream, but may not happen. Who knows? We shall see. Okay. Originally, I was planning to make a little wooden bridge that would kind of curve alongside this bank. However, due to the small size and lack of a reason to, I think I'll pass on that. I might make a cave in the side of this cliff, though, and make a bridge to that. Don't know what I'd do that for. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna pull a path over. We'll do that. I'll make it a little bit more worn down, though. Or not worn down, but like abandoned to people and controlled by nature. I love Taco Bell. Okay, Taco Bell. That was the worst Mexican accent ever. Okay, that didn't happen. Anyway, I mentioned this a while ago, Tyler, but E3 opinion. What is your opinion of Mario Odyssey? I am excited for it. However, there's one crucial problem with the time of its release. I'm gonna be in college then, and I won't be able to invest hours upon hours into it like I used to be able to with Super Mario Galaxy and Sunshine. And it's going to be so sad. Yes. I'm also sad that I won't be able to invest my time in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And that's the one thing I'm not looking forward to college. I won't be able to invest myself into these games like I used to. At least I don't think I will be able to. You never know, I might be able to juggle it. But I doubt it. I really doubt I'll be able to juggle it, but hey, anything's possible. Especially with me, that's for sure. And that's not a good thing either, just so you know. I was not giving myself a pat on the back just then, saying anything's possible with me. That is most certainly not a pat on the back. That is more of a kick in the rear. Anyway, what all games from the E3 trailers did you actually like? Yeah, the Switch is great, Tyler. Actually, the Switch is great. Honestly, I never had that big of a problem with the Wii U, though, like people said they did. Then again, I didn't play it to an extreme amount. I played it, like, for 2 years, pretty good, and then I discovered I could watch YouTube on it. But hey, I still did play the Wii U for things like Splatoon, you know? And I think people's main problem is that I think people didn't like the Wii U particularly because it was the Wii U. But the games itself on it, no one can argue with, were good. Splatoon was an amazing game. 3D World was good, if not what people wanted. It was still good. Sonic Boom was terrible, but Sonic, what's the other Sonic game that came out recently? Not Forces, do I have to look in my game counter for it? Really? Sonic Lost World, that's it. Sonic Lost World was an amazing game. Very reminiscent of Galaxy, though. Anyone else get that vibe from that? Yeah, Lost World was amazing. What other good Wii U games had come? What other good games had come out on the Wii U? By the way, I think they finally closed down Wi-Fi on the PlayStation 3. Because I tried getting on the other day to play Little Big Planet Coding, for some reason. And I couldn't log into my network anymore on PlayStation 3. So I think they finally closed down the Wi-Fi there. Which is sad. But I guess it was gonna happen eventually. I'm gonna make this into a bit more of a normal path now. I'm getting tired of this. No, I don't like that. Now, what other good Wii U games came out? I'm trying to think of some. Sonic Generations wasn't on the Wii U, was it? That was just an Xbox title, right? Or was it a Wii U game? Or actually, was it a Wii game? I can't remember. I know Sonic Colors was a Wii game for sure. Let's see, what good game? Oh, Mario Kart 8 was an amazing game. As well as Smash Brothers, but of course those would be. Like, both of those were main Nintendo titles, so of course that'd be great. Breath of the Wild is technically a Wii U game. So it's incredible. Even if it was the last. Yeah, Sonic Colors is part of my second favorite, well, third favorite Sonic game. Third to Sonic Adventure, and that's second to Sonic Adventure 2. Okay, so now I need to move my camera account elsewhere. We're gonna head back to the start and start adding in some more trees. However, I'm going to avoid areas around the big tree for right now. I'm just gonna add in a little hill here, because little hills never hurt anything. Adventure series? Nice typo. Not trying to rat on you or anything, Tyler, or like throw shame. Yeah, I want Adventure 3. Or, at the very least, an Adventure... I don't get why Sega hadn't done this. There is one very simple way to at least help reboost or restart the reputation. Releasing Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 bundle HD remake on some of the new advanced consoles, you know, like Switch, the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One. Have they considered doing that? I'm hoping Sonic Forces will be more like the original Sonic Adventures. I really am. Yeah. Bring back the Chow Guarding. Sure. I admit, I love the Chow Guarding in Sonic Adventure 2. Not so much in 1. I like the bigger guarding in 1. I didn't like the whole... everything else about it. I still kind of want to see them do stuff with the Chaos Emeralds again in the new Sonic game. Because those are kind of the main selling point of the first two games, like in terms of story. Not that you should ever play a Sonic game for story, but it helps, you know? And after, I think, Sonic Unleashed, they kind of just dropped off the face of the earth. Not that they were really prominent in that game. And even in, like... But here's something that the Sonic Adventure games I always thought did decently good in terms of story. Through, like, subtle hints and lore, you know, like, the first Sonic Adventure was full of stuff, you know, like, with Chaos and all that. And Sonic Adventure 2, while not quite so much, Shadow had an interesting character arc that the story really pushed on, you know? At least in Darkseid's story. And then we get Sonic Heroes, which was a good game, but what the freak was its story? I can't even remember. That's how unmemorable it was. I think it had something to do with Metal Sonic, that's all I know. Who is a character who also should have honestly died at this point. Metal Sonic is a cool character, but he's like He's been used to oblivion. That's one thing with I have about characters that never talk in video games. If they never talk, they're going to run out of lines eventually, you know what I mean? Or not lines, but you know what I mean. They're eventually going to lose their charm, and it's just going to be like, you're going to have Sonic Boom is essentially what you're going to have, where it's like, I'm here just because. Fan character. Fan favorite. I don't know. I just realized I've been going on a Sonic rant. How strange. My camera count is in the total wrong direction. Yeah, Sonic Heroes was a good game. It was different, though. It was very different from all the other Sonic games, but not Boom different. It actually it played similarly to Boom. You know, you could switch between 3 characters. You could switch between 4 and Boom, but you could switch between 3 characters who all did different things. But unlike Boom, Sonic Heroes did it fairly well. You know, it was a pretty seamless transition in terms of gameplay, and it was always fast-paced, you know? But not, like, blindingly so. The only thing bad I can really say about Sonic Heroes is, 1, its story is horribly unmemorable, and 2, Tails' voice in that game sucks. Enough said about that. Just look Tails' voice ups in Sonic Heroes. It's a work of art. let's put it that way. And then we got Shadow the Hedgehog after that, which the less said about that game, the better. Anyway, maybe we should start a different conversation now. I think we've talked about what were we talking about before? New Switch games or good Wii U games. What other good Wii U games were there? We mentioned Breath of the Wild. I can't think of any other right now off the top of my head. Oh, Mario Party 10 was... never mind, actually. Mario Party 10 wasn't that good. Never mind. Forget I said anything. I didn't think Mario Party 9 was that bad. And then Mario Party 10 came. And... Like, I think I just never thought Mario Party 9 was all that bad of a game, because I could still go back and play Mario Party 8 if I wanted to. As well as all the others. Okay, where do I want to work on next? Let's work on this spot and start adding in some greenery. I mentioned Splatoon, yeah, that was an amazing game that I hope remains amazing on the Switch. And on the Switch, I'm going to start that game, hopefully attempting to use motion controls, because I realized at the tail end of Splatoon's life on the Wii U, as well as my life playing it on the Wii U, that motion controls were superior. Motion controls were far superior. Unfortunately. I realized that a little too late for my life in that game. And kind of... you'll see where I'm going with this. I couldn't get used to it. Yeah, I have all of the GameCube Mario Parties, actually. Those are the best. Mario Party 4, even. I even have 5, which... honestly, I never thought of as bad until TRG. By the way, if you don't know about the torch trick I'm about to use, there is a trick you can use with torches. And there's a torch trick you can use to grow giant trees. Really? I don't doubt it. I played the heck out of Melee myself. In fact, it was the first Brawl game I owned. Up until recently, I didn't even know there was a Brawl N64, or Brawl, Smash Bros. You can tell which game I like better, though, can't you? What were other good Wii U games, though? I'm trying to think non-Nintendo titles. The Minecraft one for Wii U was pretty good, just because of the Mario mashup pack. Does that count? No, No, it doesn't. Well, I guess it could. Let's go, no. I guess the HD remake of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker were good. I guess. I wonder if they're gonna release any more HD Zelda re-releases on the Switch. I could totally see them re-releasing Skyward Sword, maybe, because both games have motion controls, you know? And I would love to see a Super Mario Galaxy 3 on the Switch. I know it's not gonna happen, but I want it to happen. Until I hear otherwise, Super Mario Odyssey for me is Super Mario Galaxy 3. Until I hear otherwise. I've just been going on like a whole Wii U rant, haven't I? My apologies. I don't know how well this time-lapse recording is gonna go either, that I've been recording this entire time. I don't want a tiny tree game, I want the big one. Stop giving me the tiny tree. Best way to grow a big tree in my butt. There we go. Whoops, did not mean to break that block. Oh, by the way, guess what you can see from the entrance to the forest? Or could. Somewhere around here you can eventually see... Is it not loading? It must not be loading. That's kinda odd. There, if you go back to the forest, you can see part of the giant tower I'm making from here. Is the render distance shorter when I'm live streaming or recording or something? Because before I could see that easily from here. I guess they must lower render distance whenever something is taking up processing power. I can understand that. Spread the shrooms! But I might start making live streams of this adventure map world more often, because I've been feeling more and more inspired to do work on it lately and do time lapses and the like too. So I think that it would be good for me to start doing more of this world. Same with Minecraft server as well. As for my LP world, I promise it still exists. I really do. Somewhere. Don't ask where. I will return to that world though. I just don't... I've run out of things to do in that world right now. Kinda like how I've run out of things to talk about right now as well. So if you notice, my commentary has been changing lately. I've been trying to get a little smoother with it. Well, not smoother. Admittedly, when I'm not so incredibly shy, I'm always a little bit, like, fast-paced, but if you know me well enough and I'm comfortable enough around you, you'll notice how I talk. I tend to flow one conversation into the other relatively smoothly. For me, anyway. And I think I've actually started to finally get used to recording. So it's starting to show. And of course that was one of the main reasons I wanted to do recording, was to get used to talking to people. Considering what I'm about to have to do for every day for a couple of years, I'm gonna have to get used to talking a lot, aren't I? Which is bad because I hate talking. But I love to do it whenever no one's around. That's such a strange thing to say. Anyway, help me think, Tyler. What other good Wii U games were there? Any off-brand stuff? And if we can't think off-brand, maybe... Yeah, actually, let's switch the conversation to Wii. What good Wii games were there? And don't even say any of the Super Mario Galaxies. We'll go back to those. I know Mario Party 8 and, at least for me, 9 was good. And I know Mario Kart Wii was the best-selling racing game ever. So it was very clearly good. There's no denying that. Oh, Mario Maker. That was a good Wii U game. Yeah, Brawl was also good. Yeah, what other good Wii games were there? I had a game called Thrillville that I thought was very good, but I don't think that's very known. Super Paper Mario was a good Wii U game. In fact, the Wii had a lot more games than the Wii U now that I think about it, didn't it? Yeah, it had way more. Wii Sports was good, Wii Fit was not. So I had to burst your bubble, Tyler, but Wii Fit sucked. You wanna know how I got that giant, like, pad thingy that came with it? I weighed, like, 50 pounds when I did it, when I used that thing for the first time. It said I weighed 250. When I weighed 50 pounds. Something was clearly fundamentally wrong with it. Oh, was that game really well known? I remember I had a lot of fun with Thrillville, although my mom could not stand the game because roller coasters. In fact, I think it's the new game that's similar to it, Planet Coaster. It's a PC game. It's one I've been interested in, actually. It seems a whole lot more customizable, too, than Thrillville ever was. It's one I might look at, you know? Who knows, if I ever get a capture card, I might do a new series. Yeah, I'm totally not, begging for a capture card. Oh, I need to look into see where I can get one of those, how I can work it. I presume I can still use my editing software, though, that I have on my PlayStation. The SharePlay, that's still very much usable, I'm sure. Yeah, what other good Wii games were there? Oh, of course, Twilight Princess, and... No, wait, no. I was about to say, what game? I was about to say Wind Waker, but that wasn't the Wii game. That was a GameCube game. But Twilight Princess was an incredible Wii game, and Wii U game, actually. I still don't quite get their decision to re-release the HD Twilight Princess for Wii U. They could have waited and re-released it on Switch, you know? That would have been a much better move that they might still make, who knows. Trey, are you gonna grow? I just thought that'd be a better game for the Switch, you know? Especially considering, why release something on the very next console after it, where the graphics aren't that highly updated? It always just struck me as weird. Anyway, what other good Wii games were there? This is the live stream where we just count all the good games from all the old systems that we almost never play anymore. I'm looking over at my counter of games while I do this bone meal thinking, what good games were there? Moving my camera count. That'll make this time-lapse of building better. Yeah, I'm gonna reinstate it again for anyone who wasn't here earlier, or restate it. And later I'm going to compile a time-lapse of this live stream and do a voiceover of it, just explaining everything that's going on in terms of the adventure map I'm making. And And that way we'll have a nice time-lapse video of me building the world with a little more explanation than I can do in live stream. Anyway, let's see. What was a good game? I don't know. I need to focus on this more than looking at my game counter. At 1 hour. Probably not gonna go too much longer either, because 1 hour. Okay, Super Mario Sunshine. Mario Party 5, 4, 6, 7. Mario Kart Double Dash. I know a lot of good GameCube games. GameCube games were my childhood. For anyone who doesn't know, GameCube games, the GameCube was the first gaming console I ever owned and played. And Mario Kart Double Dash was the second game I ever played. I actually played Super Mario 64 at a friend's house before. Or Super Mario 64, Super Mario... I never played Animal Crossing, believe it or not. I've never played an Animal Crossing game. But it's a series I've been thinking I should get into, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Wind Waker was a good... that was a good... I just hit my mic off my head. Oh yeah, the Pokemon games are good. I heard they're making a new one. I think you mentioned that, actually. Yeah, Wind Waker was a good game, although I've never actually finished Wind Waker, believe it or not, even on the HD version. Even on the HD version. Whoops! Word slur! Wonderful. Anyway, what other good ones were there? I know there are a bunch of GameCube games that were very odd for the time, or at least for now. You know, like a bunch of off-brand stuff that I remember being very good, surprisingly. Of course, the Sonic games we mentioned earlier were good. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Heroes. While Shadow the Hedgehog was a strange game, I admit I had fun playing it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I've seen the story of Wind Waker, but I've never finished it myself. The first Zelda game I beat the story of was Skyward Sword. How did I forget that in the way? No, I don't care how much bull people give that game. That is the best Zelda game I've still ever played, honestly. I still think it's better than Breath of the Wild, even. That's how devoted I am to that game. And I'm like the one person out of 5 people who in the entire world who probably thinks that way. And no, it was not because of Chugga's Let's Play. I loved that game long before Chugga started even LPing it. Let's move the camera count back just a little bit. And let's also take a look at a map while we're here. Oh yeah, that's getting a whole lot more greenery in it. Oh, before I forget, let me show you some work I did off screen. Ignore the camera account right now. Follow the moving character into the distance here. We're heading back over to the valley that we worked on last live stream. Yeah, he is. Role model. Anyway, I haven't done any more work here aside from this little boulder and a clove. I think this boulder looks really good though. I used the gray concrete here. I think it looked good, honestly. But that's not what I'm here to show you. What I'm here to show you is the little more work we did. So last live stream, Levenstar helped us out with this beautiful tree, which I'm moving my hand around in a circle on my screen, like, but apparently thinking y'all can see that. This tree. But also, I've decided I'm gonna make a village over here, and I was going to make a forest over here, actually. I'd only just now noticed this wall disappeared. I'll work with that later. I might make a cave instead that leads somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna make this a river, and put something back here surrounded by waterfalls to, like, be some sacred to this village. And be like a village on top of a flowing river that feeds this giant swamp. And who knows, I might make a couple of caves that flow from the swamp into the lake since it's so close. I don't know, it's just an idea. But that's kind of all I want to show. I'm gonna have the areas not part of the swamp, but still in this general area, have cyan stained stained concrete powder. I'm not used to the concrete powder yet. Whenever I think colored block, I think either wool or usually glass. I don't think concrete powder. Those haven't quite clicked yet. Okay, heading back over here. I'm gonna have to speed this time lapse up to 8 times speed though, or else we're gonna have a whole lot of nothing going on occasionally, won't we? Sorry if I'm sounding a little nasally too, like more than normal. I seem to be coming down with something. Must be all these temperature changes. Anyway, I think we're gonna end the live stream fairly soon. In fact, you know what? We've been going for an hour. This is as good a time as any to end it. I'm gonna get in front of my camera account. Come on. Somewhere around here. There we go. So thank you all for watching this live stream. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content and want to support the channel. And if you want to support the channel, leave a comment. Tell me what I'm doing good, tell me what I'm not. Anyway, leave any ideas in the comments below you have for this live stream series, as well as for the adventure map. And thank you all for watching, and I bid you adieu. See you later. Bye!